LSTM is a long short-term memory model which is used in deep learning to generate the sequence value for the future data points based on the past values. So now today we are using the univariate LSTM where we want to generate the predictions for the future value for a specific target looking at the past values. Okay, so let's have a look the data set. So in the data set I am having the max temp. This is the one column which I want to generate the future values for this. Now looking at quickly with the code work, now I'm just importing all the essential libraries here, the NumPy, sequential, LSTM, dense, PD, all those libraries which are essential for my LSTM model I'm using. Then because I'm using a Google Colab, I'm just mounting my drive with my notebook so that all the data set which is available here can be attached with my notebook. So I'm just mounting that. Okay, so that work is done. Now I'm just reading out my CSV file that we have just now seen. So I'm just writing pd.read CSV. So my temperature.csv will be read it out here. Okay, now my target is I want that taking the last three set of values, it will generate the next subsequent future value for this. Now when you look at the data set, so now you can see here it is a sequential values, all are coming one after the another. Okay, so I want to make a batch of three timestamp value or the three set of values based on which the fourth value or the future value can be generated. So look at this. I'm making here the input sequence. Input sequence, that means as I said I want to make a bunch of three step values for the past. So I'm making n step is equals to 3. Then this I will take it as a parameter and I will send it to split sequence function. The split sequence function I am sending two argument, that is the df max temp. df is my data frame where I have the max temp column, and the second parameter is n step where I'm specifying how many number of steps it should carry to make a bunch of data set of the past value. So that is equals to 3. I'm just calling the split sequence function. Now you can see I'm just coming to this split sequence function and I'm making two variables x and y in the format of list, right? Then I'm generating a for loop where I just want to make a bunch of my three split up values along with the fourth outcome it is. Okay, so this loop will run right from the first element till the length of the sequential elements. Okay, sequence, that means the total number of data points which are present in the CSV. Now you can see here and ix is equals to I plus n steps. That means it will go around till it will find the last value in your data set. Okay, once it will identify that you are at the end point of your data set, it will break and then you will be getting two important things, that is the sequence for your x values and the sequence for your y values. Okay, so I'm just ready with two things now, x and y. That means now my arrays are ready where I will be holding my features and my target, that is y, right? Now if you want to just check it out, I'm just making a summary of this. Now in this I'm just summarizing the data, I'm just printing the x and y. You can see these are the three very first values, okay, of the max temperature. Based on this the fourth future value is generated, right? So if you will look at the data set here, now look at this data set, you can see these are my three different past values. Based on this I want that this future value need to be generated. So this is the way I'm making a batch of three past values plus the outcome over here. Now this is the whole combination. You can see these all are the values that I split up and make a pair of features and the outcomes. Okay, so now the thing is I want to find out the shape. Okay, so I'm just identifying the X shape. X, that means the features what I'm having. So you can see here total my feature value is 1. Now I'm just reshaping my X value. Now you can see three parameters I'm giving: X dot shape 0, X dot shape 1, and N features. Now for easy understanding, I'm making it X dot reshape. That is the first parameter. What it will indicate is, it indicates, you can see when I'm printing it out, it is saying 353. 353, that means this is the total number of observations, or you can say the data point which I have in my database. Okay, now in features, as I mentioned, key we have total 1 features that we want to predict, so it is coming 1. And shape 1, that means as an input how many setup values you are giving. So I am giving 3 values. Okay, so that's why it is showing me 3. So this is the way I'm reshaping my X element. Now let's start with building the LSTM model. So for building the LSTM model, now you can see we will start by initializing the model by sequential. Now for an explanation, I am giving a comment for individual statement what we are using to build the model. So that will be easy to understand in this case. Now first I am initializing my model. Then I'm just adding layers to my model. So LSTM, now 50, I mentioned LSTM 50, that means 50 unit or the neurons I am specifying with the activation function. And the input shape will be 3 steps, that means 3 input values with 1 feature I am specifying. So this is the way your arguments will be. One will be the dense layer I am specifying, that means the outcome is of a single value. Okay, so now I'm just compiling my model. I'm giving the optimizer and the loss method I'm defining here. So this is the way I'm just generating my LSTM model. Now once my model statement or the definition is ready, I'm just fitting it out, model.fit. Now you can see I'm mentioning the features and the label or the target with the epochs, 200 epochs that I am giving with verbo 0. Okay, so this is the way I'm just fitting out my model, and I want to analyze what can be the future value, the next future value for my model will be. So now you can see I'm just testing my model. So I'm just creating a variable that is X input. In this I am passing 3 input values because it is of step 3. The 3 passed values I am sending to it. I'm just reshaping the input what I have just now declared by mentioning all those essential parameters like the outcome, the n number of steps, and the features. Now once all this are done, I'm just calling the predict method of the model. Now you can see model.predict input I am giving. Now once this prediction model is called, this will give me the forecast for the next consecutive value. So this is my future value. You can see this is the max temperature I am getting out of this model. Now this is the way we can utilize the LSTM method, and this is a univariant method by which you can generate the future value, and this is up to us how many past number of days data we want to refer, and based on that we want to predict the future values. So this is the first part of the LSTM. Now in the next subsequent parts I will tell you what are the other ways of implementing the LSTM. Okay, I hope this concept is clear to you.